Setting up your meeting for YouTube Live. All right, looks like we're on YouTube now. I'm gonna start recording. Oh, so welcome everybody to a very special episode of the Yin Yang Wolf Pack. Fuck yeah, man. Life has been good, man. Life has been really good. Life is great. Life is only getting better. Every single time it gets better and better and better and better. Every day in every way it gets better and better. This was given to me from AZD. That affirmation, use that affirmation, please. Every day in every way, it gets better and better. Now, there's a lot going on. There's a lot I could talk about, but what I want to get into is the concept of money, man, because so many people struggle with this, and I struggle with this. However, I've gone a long ways to where, like, I remember legitimately 2 years ago, I did not have money for rent at all. I didn't have a job. I had a fucking degree. I had 2 degrees, no job, living in the back of my friend's house. Super cheap rent, and he was charging me very little, and I still don't have the money. I was asking my mom for money to help me pay my freaking rent. What the hell, man? As a 26, 27-year-old, like, that sucks. Now, I'm in a much better position now. I'm a fucking attorney. I pay for all of my shit. I have a master bedroom here in this 4-bedroom house. I have a Tesla. Like, I'm flying in and out of Vegas to Houston. I'm about to go to Miami right now. Like, how did all of this happen? You know, I'm a part owner of a business now. Like, excuse me, man. I think I'm dying. Like, how did this happen? Now, if you know anything about anything, you know, none of this stuff is a coincidence. None of this stuff just happens. It doesn't just happen to you, right? You don't just get rich. You have to have the opportunity and take the proper actions to get money. Now, me, I spent a lot of that time in school, right? I went to Harvard, then I went to law school. Then I studied for a bar exam. Then I studied for another bar exam. So what was that? A lot of investment. Invested a lot of my time, a lot of my energy. Luckily for college, I didn't have to pay for college. I had full scholarships. Now, law school, I had to take out loans. I didn't have a full scholarship for that. I think I had half of tuition paid. So it is what it is. Now, me having invested all of that time, like, really, honestly, you could take this all the way back to fucking pre-K. You like, that was the beginning of my education to get to this career, right? Since I was 6 to like 26, 20 years of investment of time, reading books, taking tests, right? Reading books, writing essays, taking tests. Like, that was all the shit that I was doing to prepare me for this career that is getting me this money. Now, I'm also a part owner of the Warrior Arts Center, who is having Nick Diaz, by the way. Nick Diaz, the fucking world famous UFC fighter. He's going to come by and kick it with us. What the heck, man? How beautiful. If you want to find out about that, go to at IMC Warrior Arts and Fitness on Instagram. IMC, I as in independent, M as in martial arts, C as in class. Man, dude, I have to deal with this as much as I deal with it. So, how did I become part owner of that? Well, a big part of it was when I was 6 years old, I joined Taekwondo. And I became a black belt at 10, and I was competing internationally at around the age of 9, around 9, flying to Mexico and Canada and all this shit. And then competing for a world championship. And then I did it again when I was 17 and 18. Now, that was my investment, right? I was putting in the time then to now be reaping the rewards. Now, is the martial arts school really giving me a lot of money? Hell no. Luckily, I'm a fucking lawyer, so I can pay for that. Now, is it giving me some money? Yeah. That's kind of cool, right? It's giving me some money. That is a stream of income. You know, growing up, I always like read these books, right? And it's like you have to have multiple streams of income and make money in your sleep and like all of that shit. Like, what does that mean? That means that you need to have a lot of, you need to be making money different ways, man. Like, I mean, that's simply it, as simply as it can be put. So I'm making money as an attorney. I'm making money as a business owner. Now, am I fucking rich? No. Am I living well? Yes, absolutely. Like, this room is beautiful. I love this home is beautiful. This neighborhood is beautiful. Like, a lot had to happen for this to get itself correctly. Now, me being me, I'm going to keep expanding and making this thing bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm only going to get more knowledgeable, more skilled in the law. I'm only going to get more knowledgeable, more skilled in owning a business and running a business and getting clients. Or later today, I'm going to go teach some kids at 4 p.m., which actually, that's why I can't really stay here too long today. This is going to have to be a shorter video. But how did all of that happen? It happened by putting in the time to make something that is robust, something that's strong, like a strong foundation, right? I had to, in karate, I had to learn my fucking blocks and my fucking, all of these little things for the competition. Then in fighting, I had to learn how to move. I had to learn my movement, learn how to kick, learn how to punch. These were all the foundations of building what I want in this life. Now they are paying off. So what I'm telling you is that you have to invest in something that you know you can do, that you like, and that can make you some money. Fucking law. I like the law. I'm good at it, and it's making me some money. Martial arts, I never really saw it as making me money, but as a kid, now looking back, probably, yeah. I always wanted to be like, on like a sponsor team or whatever, but I had like a homegrown team, and we did our own little thing. I was part of a group, like a tribe. And it just, that sponsorship life would have been a whole different thing. So you need to be making money in different ways. Now, what the number one book I would recommend, which I'm not even done with, but it's already changed me so much, because once you have a certain mindset of something, then like, it shifts everything, right? It's like, it's how you approach the thing. If you approach something from a negative perspective, you're going to be living in that negativity when it comes to that subject. Now, if you take it from another perspective where you enjoy it and you love it and it gets better and you get better and it feeds you and you feed it, like when you're in that thing, then it's fun. Then I can do it all fucking day. That was me with martial arts as a kid. That's me with martial arts now. That's me with the law now. It's like, whoa, this thing is fascinating. This thing is so cool. Now, as far as money, the book I recommend is The Richest Man in Babylon. I'm assuming this is like crossed for you, so I don't know if you can read this, but The Richest Man in Babylon. So he gives a perspective of the richest man in Babylon. Like, all right, there was these poor guys, and their friend was the richest man in Babylon that went to school with them. And he's like, man, like, we went to the same classes, we were in the same school, we knew the same people. Why is this guy the richest guy and I'm over here broke? Well, he knows something. He has a different idea about money than you. He has a different approach. He has a different mindset. Okay, well, let's go ask him about it. Poor guys go to the rich guy and they say, hey man, like, can you show us about money? Like, how come, like, you're not even that much smarter than us? I don't think you work harder than us. Why is it that you're getting better results? And why are you the richest man in Babylon? Well, he knows how to approach it. The broke guys don't know how to approach it. If you're fucking broke, don't ask other broke people about money. Ask people that have money about money. Now, I don't know what level you are at. Honestly, there are millions and billions of people doing way better than me. However, I can tell you that I am not broke. That's kind of nice. That's kind of, I have consistent money coming in, which is really cool. So, okay. And what I'm telling you is to read this fucking book. All right. So I'm in this chapter where he's talking about Lady Luck, or the goddess of fortune. Meet the goddess of good luck. And then so they say, okay, well, how do you get good luck with money? Well, what about in gambling? Because that would be the first place that people typically think, like gambling, like you get lucky, right? It's luck, the goddess of luck. Now, if you know gambling at all, you know that the house wins the majority of the time. So that's actually not a good investment. The lottery is not a good investment. I was talking about investment, things that give you something back. The lottery is not it, motherfucker. Like, one person ever like gets a lot of money and then all that shit gets taxed. And then because you don't have the right approach to money, you lose all that shit. You need to have a strong foundation, a strong understanding. Now, the first chapter in this book talks to you about investment. What you do is you take 10% of your money, however you get your money. So me, I get like paychecks, and then I get commissions from the Warrior Art Center. I get something from that. That money should go to an investment. For me, it's stocks. I have something like $1,000 in stocks right now. And it's kind of fun, man. It's like, okay, I like this company, I like that company. And what the idea is, like, think of these dollars or these pennies, or in the book, they call it gold coins. Like, think of these coins are your servants. They're your workers. They're fighting. They're your soldiers. I like soldiers. Servants or soldiers, they're kind of both the same thing to me in this context. And so they're fighting for their lives. They're trying to make some money. This dollar is trying to be worth 101. This 101 is trying to be worth 105. And sometimes it loses and it's like 98 and it's like 95. And then it goes back up. Like, the thing is that it's in battle. Now, it needs to be battling, because otherwise it's just sitting there, getting fat and old and lazy, and it's not going to be worth as much. Why? Because of inflation. Everything is going to cost more. So if I have $10 right now, that can buy me something, right? In 2050, that $10 is not going to buy me nearly as much as it would buy me today. $10 could have taken me like to the movies and gotten me snacks and shit in the early 90s. Now $10 can't buy me a fucking ticket. I'm old enough to remember that shit. Now, you're like, so like we were saying, your money needs to be fighting for something. Okay, so that's why you can't just be sitting there. You can't just be sitting in the bank. And interest ain't shit. You're not gonna get shit from that. It needs to be moving. It needs to be in action. It needs to be fighting. So that's one of the biggest concepts. Now we're talking about luck. Okay, so luck in gambling. You're not gonna get luck in gambling. Don't go for that. Now, what about luck in opportunities? That is where the goddess of fortune lives. She will give you opportunities for you to make the money. So one of the stories was, when I was a younger guy, they're telling the story like when I was a younger man, there was a fellow young man around my age who was gathering investors to try to buy this land so that we could build on it, rent it out, and then get money constantly from that. And the guy who was offered the opportunity, he said no. He was like, I wanted some new robes. My wife wanted some new robes. We don't want to put the money in. Now, everyone who did invest in that got a shitload of money, and they're all rich. And me, I got some robes. So, the goddess of fortune, the goddess of good luck, she comes to you with opportunities. Now, the Warrior Center was an opportunity. It was really funny how it worked out. So, AZD and the other guys, they were going to open a center. They're going to open a martial arts center. And they had, I don't know what, 4 owners. One of the guys backed out because of XYZ. Who the fuck cares? And then they thought, okay, well, who should we have replace him? And then my name came up, and they're like, well, what about him? He did martial arts when he was younger. He's a fighter. He's about this shit. Why not him? He has the money, or he should have the money. Hopefully, he's a lawyer, right? And so it was presented to me as an opportunity. And I told them, I was like, dude, that sounds awesome. I would love to do it. Now, I don't really have time to be teaching like that, I could only do weekends. Like, I could do some stuff on the weekends. And they're like, okay, well, that's fine. Just pay, the portion of whatever. You'll get a portion of the proceeds, and you'll be a part owner. I'm like, all right, well, as long as y'all are okay with me dedicating the time that I'm able to dedicate, which unfortunately is not a lot because I have other stuff going on. I'm like, I'll do it. And I said, okay. And now here we are. And now Nick Diaz the fucking UFC legend, is gonna come hang out. And I'm part of that. Like I am that. I am the organization that is making that shit happen. What the fuck? Well, the opportunity was presented to me and I did not hesitate. I jumped in. I was like, okay, let's go. I want it. I want to do it. And that is how good fortune works. That is how the goddess of luck works. You have to prepare yourself, put yourself in the position to receive the opportunities. It's not going to be luck like gambling. It's going to be luck like, oh, this thing happened. Do you want to be a part of it? And you're either ready or you're not. It's the same thing when you're going out. Like, you see a girl who's like super hot. Do you know what you're going to say? Have you been preparing? Have you been preparing your life? Is she going to think you're cool? That you're handsome? Like, did you take a shower? Do you smell good? Did you clean yourself? Did you shave? Do you have cologne on? Do you know what to say to her? Are you prepared? Here is Lady Fortune. Here's the goddess of luck presenting you a beautiful woman. Are you ready? Well, I'm ready, motherfucker. And I'm only getting more and more ready all the time. I'm only practicing more and more. I'm only getting better at the law, at game, at money. So that's how you do it. Figure if I drink more water, it'll soften up my throat or whatever. Okay, I want to read a little bit from it. So we're still talking about luck. So what the main thing they're talking about is procrastination, or I think of it as hesitation, but it's procrastination and like joining into the thing. If you're presented with an opportunity, do you procrastinate? Do you hesitate? Do you not jump in? Now, I don't really know where I land on this scale, but I think that I don't. I think I procrastinate on a lot of other shit, but like opportunities, when I see them, I go. Like I whenever this home became available, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Whenever the art center became available, I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Whenever Eros was teaching game in Vegas, I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I think I'm able to see the value in things and hop on them. And I think that's a good quality I have. Okay. Okay, so let's listen to a story about procrastination or not procrastinating. So we just heard two stories about the one story was about the investment, right? The land. Another story was that this one guy was out of the city and came back to the city walls and was trying to get inside. And he couldn't get inside because the gates were locked. So they had to wait until the morning. So one herdsman with a shitload of sheep said, hey, my wife is sick. I need some money and I need to go back to my wife to pay for medicine. So I'll give you an amazing deal on these herds, on these sheep. And if you take the deal right now, I'll give them to you right now, and then I'll be on my way. Otherwise, like that's it. That's offer. And the guy was like, I'm not sure. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. How about this? Well, I can't really, it's night right now, so I can't really count the sheep. How about we wait until the morning? And in the morning, we'll count the sheep to make sure, and then I'll give you all the money. And then he was like, okay. Come the morning, as soon as the gates open, everyone rushes out, sees all the herds, and they start offering that man a shitload more money for all of the sheep. And then he lost out on that deal. He could have gotten a shitload of sheep for very cheap. However, he waited. He didn't see the opportunity in front of him. Now, me personally, hearing the story, I would have been like, I probably would have been closer to what he actually did, which is like, wait, well, I want to count them all. I want to make sure. But he lost the opportunity. Now, maybe if he knew that guy's character and knew that he wasn't bullshitting, maybe that would have helped. Like, because that's what I feel like goes with the Warrior Arts Center. It's like, I don't really know how to run a business. I don't really know how the fuck this works, but I'll jump in because I know who's in it. And I know that they'll make it work and I'll learn. So I think in this situation is a little bit different, but so that's the context. Those were the two stories. One was he lost the investment. The other one was he lost a herd of sheep. So this guy stands up, a Syrian, a guy from out of town. He says, the Syrian was upon his feet once more. These tales are much alike. Each time opportunity flew away for the same reason. Each time she came to the procrastinator, bringing a good plan, like Lady Luck. Each time they hesitated and they said, right now is not the best time. However, I do it quickly. How can men succeed that way? Wise are your words, my friends. My friend responded the buyer. Good luck fled from procrastination in both these tales. Yet this is not unusual. The spirit of procrastination is within all men. We desire riches, yet how often, when opportunity doth appear before us, the spirit of procrastination from within doth urge various delays in our acceptance. And listening to it, we do become our own worst enemies. In my younger days, I did not know it by this long word our friend from Syria doth enjoy. I did think at first it was my own poor judgment that did cause me loss of many profitable trades. Later, I did credit it to my stubborn disposition. At last, I did recognize it for what it was, a habit of needless delaying, where action was required, action prompt and decisive. How I did hate it when its true character stood revealed. With the bitterness of a wild ass hitched to a chariot, I did break loose from this enemy to my success. So you broke away from procrastination. Thank you. So this is kind of broken English, supposedly, because this guy's an outsider, so he doesn't speak English well. Thank you. I like ask question from Mr. Merchant. The Syrian was speaking. You wear fine robes, not like those of poor men. You speak like a successful man. Tell us, do you listen now when procrastination whispers in your ear? Like our friend the buyer, I also had to recognize and conquer procrastination, responded the merchant. To me, it proved to be an enemy, ever watching and waiting to thwart my accomplishments. Procrastination is an enemy, waiting to thwart your accomplishments. The tale I did relate is but one of many similar instances I could tell to show how it drove away my opportunities. 'Tis not difficult to conquer once understood. No man willingly permits the thief to rob his bins of gain. True. Nor does any man willingly permit an enemy to drive away his customers and rob him of his profits. When once I did recognize that such acts as these my enemy was committing, with determination I conquered them. So must every man master his own spirit of procrastination before we can expect to share in the rich treasures of Babylon. What sayest Arkad? Arkad is the richest man, because thou art the richest man in Babylon. Many do proclaim thee to be the luckiest. Dost thou agree with me that no man can arrive at a full measure of success until he hath completely crushed the spirit of procrastination within him? It is even as thou sayest, Arkad admitted. During my long life, I have watched generation following generation, marching forward along those avenues of trade, science, and learning that leads to success in life. Opportunities come to all these men. Some grasp theirs and move steadily to gratification of their deepest desires, but the majority hesitated, faltered, and fell behind. Arkad turned to the cloth weaver. Thou didst suggest that we debate good luck. Let us hear what thou now thinkest upon the subject. I do see good luck in a different light. I had thought of it as something most desirable and might happen to a man without effort upon his part. Now I do realize such happenings are not the sort of things one may attract to himself. From our discussion, I have learned that to attract good luck to oneself It is necessary to take advantage of opportunities. Ding, ding, ding. Exactly what we've been talking about. To attract good luck to oneself, it is necessary to take advantage of opportunities. Therefore, in the future, I shall endeavor to make the best of such opportunities as do come to me. Thou hast well grasped the truths brought forth in our discussion, Arkad replied. Good luck, we do find often, follows opportunity, but seldom comes otherwise. Our merchant friend would have found great good luck had he accepted the opportunity the good goddess did present to him. Our friend the buyer, likewise, would have enjoyed good luck had he completed the purchase of the flock and sold at such a handsome profit. We did pursue this discussion to find a means by which good luck could be enticed to us. I feel that we have found the way. Both the tales did illustrate how good luck follows opportunity. Herein lies the truth that many similar tales of good luck, won or lost, could not change. The truth is this: good luck can be enticed by accepting opportunity. Those eager to grasp opportunities for their betterment do attract the interest of the good goddess. I've attracted the interest of the good goddess. She is ever anxious to aid those who please her. Men of action please her best. Ding, ding, ding. Men of action. Action will lead thee forward to the successes thou dost desire. Facts. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. This was the Yin Yang